Most of us have been faithfully following the weekday readings, and we are now in the 7th week of Easter. We continue to ponder, to reflect what this important truth, the resurrection of Jesus, what it means to us today, 2023. Today, when we still have the pandemic, today when we have multiple problems around the world, war, hunger, immigration, trafficking, all kinds of immorality. And yet, again, just like Jesus, who sends his disciples to mission, we are sent to mission. And day by day, we come to realize what that mission is. Of course, for those who are religious, we have the charisms of our founders or foundresses. They guide us how we can discover the risen Lord in our day-to-day life. And yet, it's very clear, the message of Jesus in today's gospel. He warned his disciples as he was about to leave them, you will be persecuted. You will experience rejection. You'll experience crisis, difficulties, pains, troubles. Yes, Jesus was very straightforward. He was very frank to his disciples. Yet, we should remember, what did he say? Take courage, I have conquered the world. Take courage, I have conquered the world. He tells us not to fear, because he says, nothing will overcome you, for I have overcome the world. With Jesus, we can overcome anything in this world. That is the message of the resurrection of Jesus. And yet, it's not as plain as that. Just like in the first reading, there's a growth in their faith that is on the part of those who were converted to the Christian faith. There is a growth in their understanding. So like us, likewise in our situation, there is a continuous growth in our understanding of the faith that we have received. And we can see in the experience of Paul, we can learn from the experience of Paul, not everything was smooth. There were times that he was rejected. There was times he was stoned, imprisoned, beaten. And yet, because the love of Jesus, the Spirit was burning in his heart, he could not be overcome by anything. It was the love of Jesus that gave him power, that gave him strength to face anything. Likewise, we too, my dear people of God, when we believe in the power of the grace of God, in the power of the resurrection of Jesus, we can face anything. With Jesus, with his Father, with the Spirit working in us, with the Trinity in us, we shall overcome. So little by little, we rise from our sinful ways to new ways of life. As we heard in the gospel verse before the gospel, if then you were raised with Christ, seek what is above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Amen.